All right, guys, welcome back to Our World Outdoors and to part 2 of the HockHocking Adena bikeway video. So today we are at the Beaumont Salina trailhead, which is just down the street from where we ended last time. I have the other vehicle parked at just outside Stroud's Run. So we're gonna connect the 2 points. Looking at probably 13 miles, babe?
12 to 13, not really sure. They extended it, so I don't have an accurate mileage of how long this thing really is.
So we don't really know. We're just gonna go and do the miles. And you know, we may come to the end, and some of you guys may be knowing this trail better than us, may say that's not the new end of it. But considering like literally every month we hear about it getting extended or parts being worked on to connect it up with more, it's hard to tell where it starts and ends. But it's a beautiful day. We're actually kind of sad because we're watching leaves fall, which means that summer's coming to an end, but fall's starting, and fall's a good time to hike, so let's get down the trail.
So, a couple of things I'm sure you've seen in the last clip. Just because it is a paved bikeway does not mean you won't see snakes. They had a whole list of them that's seen on here, back there on one of the boards. But, as you can see right over here is the brewery, so it goes right by it. So if you want to stop and have a drink on your way, excellent choice out here. Smells wonderful. I bet their food is amazing. But we got a lot of miles to get to, so we're gonna get on down the trail.
All right, guys, so we are just now passing the cutoff road for Columbus Road, and been seeing a lot of cool stuff. Just saw those rail cars. They've been there a long time, but just a nice stretch of the trail. Really enjoyed it. But we've decided, it was at 4 or 4.5 miles, we're gonna have a snack. Now, this may not look like a pretty apple to you guys. It's kind of an ugly apple. We joke about that. But this is a true organic apple. This literally gets no upkeep, no fertilizer, no, agents to clean it, no soap to clean it, no bug spray, no nothing. These grow out at my dad's farm. This is what we make our unsweetened applesauce out of.
So yesterday Grandma Violet told us that the tree was ready to pick. So thank you, Grandma Violet and Tony's mom and dad, for the apples.
Yep. So grandma still rules the roost when it comes to when the trees can be picked, which is kind of cool. But beautiful down the trail. Let's get some miles. All right guys, so we made it into Athens here. Everything you pretty much see building wise right here is the hospital. So you're kind of in a more urban environment, and I know the wind is blowing hard through here, so it'll probably affect the audio, but really it's still real pretty. We're walking along the edge of the water here, lots of ducks, wildlife. An unknown trailhead over there that Missy's got to inspect and find out what that is. You never know, it might be another trail for us to hike. But we're at the emergency room, as you can see, at the hospital, right along the trail. And then I'm seeing parts of Ohio University down here. So we're gonna get our butts down the trail, because that means we're pushing close to the halfway point. Let's get it. Okay guys, so I'm sure you just saw we stopped off at Kroger's and got some snacks and some drinks. We are just past the 0 marker, if you saw the markers along the road. So the original stretch of this we have just completed. Now there's signs that point to where we parked, which is another 4 miles away. So the 0 marker was back here by the community center. Just past that is the Kroger's. So we've got just about 4 miles left in our trip here. It's been a beautiful time. The weather's held out good for us, but I think we're at like what?
10 miles right now.
10 and a half miles so far.
Like 26,000 steps for me.
Yeah, I'm at like 25 or 24,000 steps. So we're definitely gonna be starting the week off right, but we gotta get down here and get these miles finished.
Guys, so we finally finished it. We're back to the truck. I ended up with about 14 miles today and 35,000 steps.
I ended up with 15 miles. Obviously I was running around getting the camera and stuff, with 31,787 steps. Now there's something important to realize here. We both hiked the same distance, but we got different numbers. That's based on Stride, on the algorithm on the phone that we use. How'd you do on calories, by the way?
I did,
because I have here, it says I burnt 1,700 calories.
11,089.
1,189.
Oh, 1,189, I'm sorry.
So because she's a woman and because she weighs less than I do and she's shorter than I am, the algorithm puts her calories out different. Now this doesn't count, ours doesn't count like the Fitbit does your just being alive calories. This is just for what we walked. Now take that and pretty much divide it in half if you want a real number. So
still pretty good for the day.
Real good. Now, how far do we really believe this trail is now that we've done it?
I believe the whole trail, or the whole bike path, starting from Nelsonville at Rocky Boots all the way here to the end in Stroud's Run, right outside Stroud's Run, is 22.7 miles.
Yeah, I'm at 22 and a half is what I think. So if you guys come to do this, know that it's not 20 miles, I can tell you that. Now if you're coming to here with the new edition, it's definitely not.
And it's not 15, which most of the maps show.
Most of the maps do show 15, and that's not anywhere near right. And that could be a problem if you're not on a bike, because you're not expecting the extra mileage. Really, I don't think it is as developed, because I've heard people complain about the developed parts of it.
I don't think so. I mean, you walk by some businesses and the college and stuff, but I don't think it's bad at all. I mean, you are out in nature a lot, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot of wildlife even in those urban areas, and you know, walking next to that water with all the geese and stuff by the school and the hospital, that stuff doesn't bother me. You know, you take nature as you can get it. It's not a perfect world.
I will say though, the last 7 miles or so is a lot of sun.
Yeah, you're very exposed.
So I would not want to do it in the dead of summer.
Yeah, you need to make sure you're wearing sunblock if it's hot out, because we didn't bring any today and we got some color because of it. But it was a good time, and like Missy said earlier, this is something that we had on the list we want to do for a while.
Check mark.
Check it off now, it's done. I really had a good time. It was a lot nicer than I ever thought it would be, and I definitely want to come back and try and do it when it's cold out.
And it offers a lot, really the trail does. I mean, because you can go to Rocky Boots and get their buffalo burger. I hear they have great prime rib, believe it or not. You got the brewery, you got all the things down State Street. You get to see OU, you get to see Hocking College. I mean, you see a lot. It has a lot to offer.
And it's just a nice hike, or a nice bike. If you want to go out and get on a bike and do it, man, I saw so many people having such a good time. People pulling their dogs, pulling their kids. I mean,
that little dog was cute.
But You know, if you guys haven't already joined up the family and subscribed, please do. Hit that notification bell. And as always, we will
See you up the trail.